Everyone, we're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, and beside me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. David Aldridge joins us on the sideline. DA, take it away.
Thanks very much. Now, you may ask why Scotty Barnes is so competitive. He says it started while I was young. I had two brothers, and we always wanted to be better than each other. We just competed. As a kid, I just wanted to beat other people, no matter what it was. Kevin, whether it was foot races or basketball, he's still getting after it. Back to you.
He has. Not much has changed, has it, DA? Thank you. Here are the five for the Raptors. The forwards are Barnes and Siakam. Van Vliet in the backcourt. Trent Jr. to his side. And it's Pirtle in at the five, roaming the paint. And for the Nets, Ben Simmons is out there with Thomas. Then it's Johnson, and it's Watanabe in at the four slot. You know, Greg, when you look at these rosters, both teams have lots of quality players and very deep benches.
And with the pace we see in games, it really helps to have more legs to run. Each of these coaches have a lot of options, so it'll be interesting to see how they play the matchups.
Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
You can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. His confidence just soars when he slams it down like that.
Barnes outside. And it's Barnes spinning it down.
Speed and power on display from Barnes on that dunk.
Simmons finds Johnson. The Nets working the ball around now. Watanabe passes to Claxton. And they double up Simmons. Johnson for three. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter's feel, but not who you want to leave open.
Looking at the Raptors roster, basically the entire squad is under 30. Their key players are extremely young, a great sign for the future.
Basket counts.
Look, this is how you draw it up coming out of the locker room. 3 of 3 so far.
Yeah, youth is on their side. And Smitty, since winning that title in 2019, the Raptors have totally turned over their squad.
Kawhi, Kyle Lowry, Serge Ibaka, all have left Toronto, Kevin, replaced with much younger players. Give Toronto's front office credit for retooling quickly.
Inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
Yeah, they're going for the throat. Toronto, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Barnes kicks to Van Vliet. They need this, and it's good on the layup.
I mean, an excellent ball handler who varies his pace. Van Vliet knows how to create separation.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
Nice take. Staying aggressive with this game, still very much up in the air.
Simmons can't get it to go.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Van Vliet outside. To the paint. Here's Siakam. Here's Pirtle. And the layup falls.
You can count on Pirtle to play with energy. And this time it pays off with the second chance points.
Simmons with it. Now guarded by Pirtle.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Siakam passes to Trent. Barnes with it. Van Vliet outside. Now, here's Trent. Really struggled in the loss against Cleveland. Simmons with it. To the inside. Shot's good by Watanabe.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Greg, Ben Simmons, one of 4 players in the entire history of the NBA to average at least 7 rebounds and 7 assists per game through his first 4 seasons.
Think about it, joining Magic Johnson, Oscar Robinson, and Luka Doncic. That is some pretty elite level company.
And a whole new lineup here for Brooklyn. Raptors also changing it up. Achua, he's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Young comes in for Pascal Siakam. And Anunoby subbed in for Scotty Barnes. Now, here's Anunoby. And again, no good by Toronto. Curry against Van Vliet. Jacks up a three. And the Nets, another three.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Raptors trail by 8. Van Vliet kicks to Anunoby. Looking to end the run. That shot is off. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Tremendous poise on the offensive end. Overall, they did not settle for bad shots.
They were very patient, and that was the difference. It's hard to be patient, I know, but look at the outcome they had.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Snatched away. Here's Thibault. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And the Raptors call time here. They're getting their first look of the season at the Nets in this one.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
We've got 33 seconds left in the first quarter. Anunoby kicks to Van Vliet. Pass to Achua. Beyond the arc. Good on the triple.
He's heady, he's unselfish. All Van Vliet does is make winning plays.
Curry against Van Vliet. There's Noel. Outside for Curry. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Achua. Near the three-point line, it's Van Vliet. And so it's Brooklyn. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Please give a big round of applause for your next.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Brooklyn.
Right out of the gates, they've been in attack mode, and I think that's by design because it has been relentless.
Oh, man, their mid-range jumper also has been on fire. Tough to beat a group of guys shooting with that much confidence.
They've got Joe Harris. Simmons is out there with Matisse Thybulle. Then it's Noel. And it's Finney-Smith in at the four-man position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now here's Simmons. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
No answer for Simmons, a tenacious scorer who finishes with muscle through contact.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And you hear the term point forward. But then, Greg, you had Magic Johnson, 6'9", but still a point guard. So what's the difference?
Well, when you talk about a point forward, it's someone whose versatility extends to their playmaking. Magic is the rare talent who redefined the point guard position.
Count that one from Van Vliet.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Here's Simmons. Noel trying to break loose. And a great move by Simmons.
And here's a guy who loves playing inside. Simmons can play some bully ball down low.
Barnes kicks to Van Vliet. Now, here's Anunoby, defended by Thybulle. Here's Simmons, down low, Noel. Anunoby sends it back.
Showing signs of being a high-level defender. Anunoby can guard multiple positions and challenge shots.
And Matador defense That's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Here's Anunoby after Ben Simmons' bucket. Barnes left side, kicks it out to Van Vliet. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. Van Vliet's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Noel. Watanabe comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Johnson, he's checked in for Joe Harris. And Thomas subbed in for Matisse Thybulle. And Toronto also making a switch. Pirtle, he's checked in for Chris Boucher.
At 6'11", with his passing skills, Simmons will always find the open man.
Van Vliet passes to Barnes. Siakam with it. Raptors moving the ball around. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And Fred Van Vliet, a player who has always shot well from outside.
And Kevin Van Vliet has continued to kind of take on more of an offensive load, increase the volume while maintaining efficiency. Not every player able to do that.
And Smitty, Fred Van Vliet has really come into his own as a starter.
He has, Kevin. He has proven he can run an offense. He's also a dynamic and confident scorer, and someone you can depend on to sink big-time shots.
A walking triple-double threat. Simmons needs to keep working on developing that jump shot to be truly unguardable. And for the Nets, it's been a whirlwind last couple years, assembling a super team, and before you knew it, it fell apart. But this franchise has been back from the ashes before, so don't write off that front office just yet.
Trent's checked in for the Raptors. Now, here's Anunoby. He's coming off a 10-point game against Cleveland.
And he caused major problems with his defense as well. He had 4 steals by the time the game was over.
Pirtle. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Simmons passes to Watanabe. Inside. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
You know what it is? It's his creativity. That's making this engine run.
Now here's Barnes. His last outing, he had 18 points.
Trusting his mechanics, Barnes puts the shot right up.
Simmons looking it over. Watanabe, the basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Now, here's Trent. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Siakam left side, down to 5 on the shot clock. Left block shot on the way. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Siakam's got 5 points in the quarter. Trent against Simmons. Pass to Watanabe. Over Siakam. Watanabe, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And the Nets making a change here. Curry's checked in. Achua, he's checked in for the Raptors. Young comes in for Pascal Siakam. Now, here's Trent. Here's Anunoby. A three-pointer is right on target. Anunoby's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Simmons. Pass to Claxton. Hands the shot with nobody near him. And the Nets lead by 7. Toronto's gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on three-pointers. Trent against Thomas. Trent up top. Over Thomas. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for Brooklyn. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Right back after this break.
Thanks. Please give a big round of applause for your next.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They've got the 7-point lead. And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Ball movement was a real factor for them. They played unselfishly with patience. The guys got shots in their favorite spots. You get those high percentage looks, good things tend to happen.
Looking at Toronto. Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, it's never fun. You're playing against the team that's on fire. This team was on fire. They showed effort on defense, but it didn't matter. They couldn't get the stops. I don't think the opponent can sustain this kind of shooting.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back. Kevin Harlan. Go.
Here to put on a show.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. Van Vliet in the backcourt. Trent Jr. to his side. The forwards are Barnes and Siakam. And it's Pirtle in at center.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
Greg, when you look at Toronto, they have a lot of length and defensive switchability.
They swarm opposing stars and tend to make it very difficult in those passing lanes. So a great profile for a modern NBA defense.
And the Nets with possession here. Following the miss by Gary Trent Jr. from deep. Simmons passes to Claxton. It's hauled in by the Raptors. To the middle, here's Siakam.
Assertive move by Pascal Siakam. Slamming it in before anyone can contest it.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got rebound number 5 here tonight. It's sent back down by Simmons.
An excellent defender, whether Simmons is in the post or roaming the perimeter. He's a shot-blocking threat.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much. We can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, D.A. Thank you so much. Good group substitution here for Brooklyn. Nerlens Noel checks in for Nicholas Claxton. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Johnson. Matisse Thybulle checked in for Thomas. And Harris subbed in for Ben Simmons. Chris Boucher's checked in for the Raptors. Here's Watanabe. 7 points in the game. Noel down low. Boucher defending. And it's Noel missing. Barnes looking around. To the inside. And finished off by Siakam.
You can't teach court awareness. Barnes understands when his guys are uncovered.
Nets leading by 8. And Scotty Barnes, the Rookie of the Year in 2022 in the NBA.
And you could argue he was maybe the biggest surprise of the 21 draft. Made a huge impact on the floor immediately. If you did a redraft of that class, he'd be closer to the top.
And the shot goes in. Noel's got the lead up to 12 now for the Nets.
High percentage look. This is what your offense is designed to do.
And the Raptors call time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question, toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
O'Neal's check in for Brooklyn. Curry comes in for Joe Harris. And then for Toronto, Achua, he's checked in for Siakam. And Anunoby subbed in for Trent. Achua kicks to Barnes. The pass to Van Vliet. Now, here's Anunoby. Defense is right there. Achua finds Anunoby. 4 on the clock. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. Young's checked in for Toronto.
For the Raptors, Thaddeus Young.
Third quarter of basketball here and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Brooklyn leading by 12. Thibault, the pass to Noel. And Noel throws it down.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Pass to Anunoby. And there's the call on Curry. That is his first foul of the game. A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
And big defensive plays like that will help them stay in control of this one.
Timeout called, the Nets.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
I needed to get loud in here for your Brooklyn.
Simmons checked in for Brooklyn. .116 left in the third. To the paint, here's Young. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
And very quietly, Young just continues to be an efficient player, a multi-talented swingman who does a little bit of everything.
1:12 left in the third quarter. And Simmons slams it in.
Coach has to be happy with Simmons' intensity tonight, fighting hard for his looks on offense.
And it's Barnes with the ball for the Toronto Raptors. 15-point game. And here is Anunoby. Barnes kicks to Anunoby. Just 5 on the clock. Toronto needs to get off a shot. Nobody near Barnes. It's 3-pointers off the mark. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run here. Here's Simmons. Here's Noel. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Noel's got his third basket of the night right there.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Passes it to Anunoby. Here's Barnes from deep. Simmons pulls it in. Toronto grabs the miss. Anunoby in the corner. And it's sent back by O'Neal. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here.
Into the line for the Raptors, Jakob Poeltl.
And here's Van Vliet from the arc. And so it's Brooklyn out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We've got more in store for you right after this. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Thomas. He's out there with Curry. And it's Johnson in at the small forward. So that's the Nets 5.
He's a consistent finisher close to the bucket. Poeltl's got great hands.
That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow. Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Hurdle, and he lays it straight in.
Effort play, pursuing the basketball. Love how he puts in the work.
Curry passes to Watanabe, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Trent outside. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Down low. Fades back. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And he has lost all confidence out there. Still not a single field goal made in the game.
Here's Watanabe, covered by Siakam. Johnson kicks to Thomas. 6 to shoot. Curry outside. That's good. It's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got 3 assists tonight.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Toronto calls timeout. And so much great talent coming into the league, Greg, every year. That 2021 draft, in particular, looks very strong.
Absolutely. Anytime you got just a couple potential stars, but from the looks of it, upwards of 5, you know it's been a special draft.
Simmons checked in for Seth Curry. And again, Toronto no up.
What I like, he hasn't stopped competing despite the off night.
Simmons passes to Claxton. Howard down with both hands.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
They've taken nothing for granted. You can see they're playing the moment rather than the score.
Here's Van Vliet. After the basket by Brooklyn. Here's Trent. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, if you guys know how to score like Gary Trent Jr., he can fill it up in any situation, firing off quality shots both inside or outside the arc.
And Gary Trent Jr. certainly has some impressive stats as a result of his skills as a scorer.
Jay, how about 5 30-point games in a row? How about 9 threes in a single game? If he finds his rhythm, he can cause you a lot of trouble.
Nets leading by 22. Here's Simmons. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Now, here's Anunoby. Pass to Siakam. Now, here is Pirtle. He's guarded closely. A fader. And the Raptors miss again.
Once he gets the ball there, you expect him to capitalize. That was a missed opportunity.
Pirtle with the steal. Thomas against Trent.
Last 2 minutes to play. 4th quarter.
Here's Siakam. Brooklyn with the rebound. Claxton's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Simmons. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Sharps checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Royce O'Neal comes in for Johnson. Joe Harris is checked in for Thomas. And Curry subbed in for Watanabe.
One of the cases where height fails to tell you the whole story.
Here's Simmons. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 3 assists now in this one.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 17-5 run here.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Nets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Ben Simmons.
You love to see this kind of leadership. Directing traffic, keeping everyone happy. He was the straw that stirred the drink. This is what the analytics prefer. Shots at the rim or from three.
Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
Mills is checked in for Harris. The Raptors also with a sub. Barton is checked in. Now here's Barton. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Just 5 to shoot. The kick out to Porter. From 12 feet out, O'Neal with the rebound. Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
Here's Banton. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.